G'day everybody, welcome back. I've got the HOWA 270 in front of me, the stainless 270 in front of me again, and we're going to do a little bit more load testing with it. We've come into a box of different projectiles which all look good and sounded good, so I thought I'd give them a run too while we had a bit of a range day the other day. So again, load development and testing can be a bit of a rabbit hole or a never-ending piece of string, but it always turns up something. So strap in, hang on, we might all learn something. Hang around. Right, here we go. Now, here's what we are going to load up. We've got some Winchester large rifle primers. Again, I always use Winchester primers because you can get them. Simple as that. We've got two powders, ADI 2209 and ADI 2206H. Right? And here's our new projectiles, these little beasts. We've got the Spear Hot Cores. They're a 130 grain soft point flat base Spitzer type projectile. Where's our thing to tuck that in? There he is. They're a nice projectile. Very nice projectile. They load up really well. They load up really well. They don't get knocked around too much. And if anyone is interested, they are. It's them, and they are part number 1459. Hot core soft point, HSCP, 130 grain hot core soft point in 270 cal. So there we go. That's what we're going to shoot today. And our brass, as I always say, is whatever I can find in the bucket. It'll be PPU, there'll be Cellular and Bellet, there'll be Winchester, there'll be God knows what. So brass is brass. It all goes bang. It fits in the gun. That's all I need to do. So we're going to test these projectiles and see how they go. All right. Again, we're shooting them out of the HOWA 270, the old truck gun I bought second hand, and it's pretty much a shooter. So we'll see how we go. Right. Just as we do this, I also had a crack at I reshot those 130 grain SSTs. With the 2209 powder, because as you can see here, I shot this last week. It was just all over the place, and like I was really rushed and hot barrel and all that, and like that's the load I currently use, and this rifle shoots better than that. That's operator error, which is code for me. Okay, so I thought I'd do that. Just before I did anything else. So we'll scrap that one. That's a dud. Here we go. That's what we did. That's what we did yesterday. This is all done yesterday at the mate's place. Right, 53 grains of 2209 pushing the Hornady, 130 grain SSTs. Boom, 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 boom. 1.12 inches, all at 100 yards. So yeah, not bad. 53 and a half. And that's 1.3. Look at those. They're right on top of each other. There's a lot of operator error in this because I was a bit all over the place with the trigger and that yesterday for some reason. A lot of these crazy flyers are me. So 1, 2, 3. So that's worth a look. You can shoot that one. 1, 2 right on top of each other. That was the third one there, right off the paper. Now, loaded cartridges, loaded ammunition doesn't go bang, bang, bang. It doesn't do that. That's me. Absolutely no question, but any shadow of doubt, that's me. So 1, 2, another one there somewhere, that's fine. That's fine, you know, quarter of an inch those two shots, so that's fine. And come over here, 1, 2, 3, that's the load I currently use, 1 1/4 inches, but those two, 0.56 of an inch. So I'm happy with that. You've got to keep in mind too, you're not shooting tiny little things with 270, you're shooting big stuff, so you'll be right with that. You'll be right with that. I've got to run those. I've got to run those SSTs out anyway, so might as well. So all right, now the 130 grain Spear soft points. Here we go. What do we do this first? We'll keep up with the 2209 powder. We'll keep up with that. Okay, first cab off the rank, 53 grains. Now we've used the same charges with these spears as we have with the Hornady SSTs. okay, because I got it straight out of Nick Harvey's book and cross-referenced it with the ADI data that I've got in a book and you get online, so it's all pretty good. So 1.1 inches, those two, 0.41. So that's not a bad start. That's not a bad start at all. You could shoot that, you'd be happy with that. Again here, 1 1/4 inches, 1.23 at 100 yards. Those two, those 0.7, that's fine. All nice and consistent. Not holding it out, you're not all over the shop here, so that's good. That's 1, 2, 3, blew out to 2 inches. That'll be me. There's your operator error again. 0.59. Oh look, the wild dogs are out. I'll be getting them later. 0.59. Not bad. Potential there. 54.5, the load I'm currently using, which is the maximum load to push the SSTs. 1.07. Those two there, 0.52 inch. You could shoot that. That's quite a shootable load. You just pull that up a bit, that's fine. I'd be happy enough to shoot that. The biggest problem with the 2209 powder, it has two problems. The three problems actually. A, you got to use an absolute bobcat bucket full of it, so you tend to go through a lot of it. B, it makes a real big boom, and with big boom comes big recoil, which is problem number 3. It does knock you around a bit, but such is life. Righto, onto the 2206, pushing the 130s. That blew out to 2 inches there, 0.93 those two, yeah, so at 43.5 grains. Go up to 44. Yeah, that blew out to 1.58, but that's 0.29 down there. So there's a big chance that's going to be me, so I can live with that. Good look at that. Here's the one I like. That's 0.86 of an inch, straight up. Those two there, that are right next to, that's 0.32. I reckon that's your load, either that one or 45 grain, your maximum load of 2206H to push these 130 grain projectiles. 1.24 with a little bit of a fly there. Those two on top of each other, 0.3 of an inch. So it's that one, it's at 44.5 or 45. And I can tell you, I'll tell you straight up, to shoot these projectiles, the 130s, with 2206 is much more pleasant than shooting it with 2209, plus it's about 10 grains of powder lighter, 9 to 10 grains of powder lighter. So you're spending less money, and so that's, and a 55 grain load, that's about 8%, is it? 10%, let's say 9 or 10% less powder. So it's money in your pocket if you can get that going all right, even if you've got to sacrifice, 60, 70 feet a second, who cares? That's reasonable accuracy. And you shoot these flat-based projectiles, most of your shooting you're going to do here is inside 200 metres, a flat-based projectile's fine. It's only when you start going to your big long ranges that you need these boat tails, and we don't do that. So, all right, we'll put this one to bed. Right, load testing done and dusted for the HOWA 270. We've got a couple of good loads, one with the 100 grain hollow points that we did the other week, and we'll get a shooter out of that, the 130 grain hot core Spitzers. Spear projectiles, absolutely nothing wrong with them. Hunting ammo, I don't know why they haven't got the better for them. They are really good. They are really, really good things, and they're not that expensive. And I'm always trying to save a few bob. And Hornady projectiles, which I use pretty much across the board, are now becoming ridiculously expensive. So there we go. So we've mucked around. We've got the rifle shooting right. Everything good. We had a good day at the range yesterday, and we've got a couple of good loads to do that. And I'll run 2 loads with the rifle, and then I'll just work out the scope changes as we go. So there we go. We'll put this one to bed. As I always say, tell your wife, tell your girlfriend. You can tell them both. Don't test them too much though. Just go 2 clicks up. See ya.